Check. What's up? All right. This is quite interesting. We actually have got an email in from Susan Busher-Lachaki, a presidential candidate, and just so you know, recently she's actually maybe coming into New York City to do a public housing, to address some issues over there, which is quite exciting. But if we take a look over here, we say just reading this letter that she sent because I asked her how's the border, because she actually rented an RV and she actually went down to the border to check out what's going on. That's very intelligent, right? A lot of people make their decisions off of what they see on the TV. That shit is theater. That stuff is fake, or it has a very high likelihood of being, right? Yeah. I really trust the things that I see for myself, the things I interact with for myself. The problem is that a lot of stuff is manufactured, and being Korean American, for a long time, I had to wonder why there was a North Korea and a South Korea, why my people were split and all this other thing. And a lot of Koreans that I talk to would say, who's in power? Who's really determining what goes on in that area? It's really America, and America really decides what happens there, and that's it. So, this is a known that destabilization and is a known tactic, but we just don't talk about it anymore. Just like we don't talk about the dead bodies, we don't talk about the suffering of war victims like Korean Americans. We just don't talk about it. We've actually we erased all the footage of the suffering of the war. Okay. Anyways, let's get to it. So far, I'm going to read her letter. So far, the southern border is pretty secure. Apparently, most people coming across the border through the lower Arizona desert die from heat exhaustion. Actually, they don't make it. Or they make it and die on U.S. territory. Those who make it into Indian reservations, they usually have to call the police then, and then they get picked up and deported. I personally was tired when I went down to the border, so I pulled off the road, then I fell asleep for a few minutes, really. Just about 10 minutes, and suddenly a truck drove by me and was honking their horn, and then I decided maybe I should get up and get going. Then a helicopter flew over to see what I was doing, and eventually about 15 trucks and buses of various sorts passed me, going the opposite direction as I was leaving. So in Arizona, the border is secure. I can definitely say that there is no real wall. It's just the desert does what it does. And I'm going to check out some of the border tomorrow and the next day. So I'll have more to report. I have to look up where Elon Musk said there was a lot of traffic. I got to go looking at that and see what's real. So far, it seems like they're blowing it out of proportion. All right, have a good day. Bye for now. Now, the fact of the matter is, if there really truly was an open border, it would represent a massive security risk. In fact, also, the problem is that, right, when people are snuck across the border, they're paying somebody. Officials are getting payoffs, and also, remember the Saudi Arabia after 9/11, they flew the Saudi Arabia people right out of the country. So if there's someone from another country who wants to come to the U.S. for, maybe they want to get their money out, just so you know, if you're Chinese, you're not allowed to take your money out of the country. A lot of them was shipping it through Hong Kong, and they may be finding a way to try to remove the money from the country, right? And maybe this going on. Who knows? We don't really learn about it outside of what, the news tells us, right? NBC, ABC, and if y'all believe them, that's just really, you shouldn't, okay? If they are letting people through, I think there's a very good chance that the people who's actually coming through is being allowed through, right? And this is a decision. So, once again, imagine you or me tried to import some illegal immigrants and smuggle illegal immigrants into the United States. Would you do that? I wouldn't do that. It just doesn't sound like it sounds like you might have some problems. You might get a fine. You might even do some jail time. I'm just not going to mess with that, right? So who's being allowed to do this? A Republican when they're not in power, and they have assignments to the Supreme Court. Now, this is just political theater to me. It may be political theater. We have Susan Bush-Lachaki actually going down to the border to see what's going on and listen to first-hand reports. Actually, I do know someone in Arizona. I'll be contacting them. Yeah, right, yeah. Why are we listening to, Lester Holt or, whatever. I'm trying to remember some names of these newscasters and stuff. What's the guy's name? There's some guy who gets to do a lot of interviews. Listen, you know all they are. It's like a cast of characters. They're like actors. So, basically, I'm going to get back to there's quite a lot of political work going on this weekend. President's Day is coming up, and also we got protests of Cornell West that we're going super hard for, so every day.